Everybody, it's Jenny, and I'm back with you again today to share this week in my classic happy planner. There's a look at last week, the 4th of July. There's lots of shades of blue and red, and this week I'm going to share something a little bit different with you. Have you ever thought, I don't have much going on this week. What can I do to kind of dress it up, have a little bit of creative fun in my planner, yet keep the few things that I need to take note of? Well, that's exactly what I'm doing this week. I have a few activities, as you can see, they're already pre-planned, but I'm going to do something a little different. But first, I'm going to show you the latest order I got from the Planner Junkie, and I am loving these stickers. The paper is amazing, and the colors are right on. And do you see those baseball stickers? Did you see them? They're totally perfect for me. So anyway, you're going to get a good look at how I use them, and you're going to see how I am decorating on a not so busy week. Now I'm going to just add my first activity, which is a little cleaning notation over in the Monday spot. Then I'm going to take the planner page out because, well, we all know it's easier to plan when you have a nice hard flat surface and you don't have those discs or anything underneath in your way. Now I'm going to be planning this week, and I'm going to be leaving room for the decor. So when you see me sort of bunching everything together, that's why. You'll understand completely that this is what's the plan for this week and what I had in mind when I was doing it. Now I removed my sticky notes so I can go ahead and add my activities and events and all those types of things. And at first I'm going to use this More tab set from Sweet Stamp Shop and the clear stamp block. If these items are out of stock at Sweet Stamp Shop and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to pick these up, just have patience. I know they'll be back, and I know you will love them because they are something that I am using every single week, and I couldn't recommend any more than I do. I'm simply wiping the stamps off with an alcohol-free baby wipe. You don't have to do that. You can absolutely leave the ink on there. Once it's dried, it doesn't harm anything or anything like that. It just stains the stamps maybe, and that could bother you. It doesn't bother me at all. But everybody's different, and so I just do it because I don't want to transfer ink. I am very, very messy, and I know I'll end up with a little bit of ink here, a little bit of ink there, and it'll drive me crazy. Now, one of those half box stickers from Planner Junkie, that color just is so, so pretty to me. I just absolutely love it. I'm going with a very specific color theme this week, and that has to do with the overall theme of the week that I'm using in terms of decor. So that's why I'm sticking to that so heavily. Now, that's one of those new stickers from the Planner Junkie, and they are adorable and perfect for my decorating. Now, I'm going to move that half box thinking, oh, I can squish it right in there. Yeah, no, totally hate it. Going to peel it right back up and put it back where it was because it just was not where it needed to be. But that's okay. It's no problem. Those stickers were movable, and so I was able to just switch that right up and prove to myself, yeah, no, don't want it right there. Hey guys, is there anything that you want to see me do a video on in the future for you? I am happy to take requests. I would love to take requests, and I'd love to make videos that you'd like to see. Now, I know lots of you ask me to do brush lettering videos, and I'm not going to do those because I am completely 100% self-taught. I just watch how other letterers do it on Instagram. That's it. I've never watched a video on YouTube or anything like that, so I don't really have much to share with you. But you got a planner idea, you got a stamping idea, those types of things, bring it on. Let me know in the comments below, okay? All right, so now back to the video. I'm going to add my little checklist. Again, there's that turquoise color. It's just so pretty. I don't know what it is about her colors, but they just are really perfect for me. I'm just going to add my little checklist with a stamp this time and using my Sweet Stamp Shop block and then wiping it clean with an alcohol-free baby wipe. I prefer Huggies. It's a personal preference. They're always nice and wet, and they have a little bit of texture too. I usually can pick them up in either the baby section at Target or in the travel section at Target. And truth be told, I think Dollar Tree has them too. I'm not 100% sure, and I don't want to steer you the wrong way, but I like them a lot. I think they work okay. They do sometimes have a little bit of, they leave a little bit of fuzz or whatever, but no biggie. I am using this plastic stencil. I got this one from Scraptastic Club. I don't think she has any more of these in her Etsy shop, but they are fantastic, and I'm sure you can find other plastic stencils on Etsy somewhere. They just are really easy to use, and you can use the pens that you love. Now I'm going to use my turquoise Versacolor. I haven't been using my Versacolors as much lately, and stamping that right there. Now, as you can see, they're not as vibrant. They don't have as much pigmentation as the Versafine, I personally just love Versafine so much that it doesn't really bother me that I really only stamp pretty much in black, but I also really like the contrast that black brings as well. Now I'm going to pull out the little cutlery stamp set so I can leave my space for meal planning at the very bottom, just notating my dinners. I don't plan the rest of my meals. I am kind of a renegade like that. Just kidding. It's totally not. I'm just lazy and I don't want to do it. Now we're going to move on to the second half of the week, and I'm going to just flip through my past planner pages to make sure that there's nothing standing that I have every day the end of this week. I know that sounds crazy, but it's been just such a busy month for me that it's really hard for me to make sure that I have not forgotten anything. Now I'm going to add a baseball game to the top box right there. Now you're probably wondering, Jenny, you just went on and on about how awesome those Planner Junkie stickers are. Why aren't you using those? They are great and they're fabulous for a practice or something really specific, but they don't leave a ton of writing room. So if I need to notate a lot of information, as I sometimes do, those probably aren't going to work for me, but don't worry, there's tons of practices and all kinds of things like that those stickers will be perfect for. Now, as you can see, I've rotated that half box sticker down the Saturday evening portion, and I'm going to take an airplane stamp. It's from an old sweet stamp shop, Plan Travel, I think it was, maybe. And I'm going to stamp the airplane right there. And it's one of the things that I want to make note of how versatile these plain half box stickers can be. Do you see how I can make that box anything? I can make it travel, I can make it baseball game, I can make it doctor's appointment, anything I need it to be, just adding a simple sticker or stamp even, and creating exactly what my personal needs are for those stickers. So they are really easy to write on and I love them. Now, as you can see, I have used the More Tabs set in the Sunday evening, and then now I'm using those brand new icons from Sweet Stamp Shop. How cute is that cake? And just to notate a birthday party that my son will be going to up there in the top box. Now, what I'm loving about the stamping lately is now that I'm using all of these Tombow dual brush pens for coloring, that I can make these exactly what I need for each week. And so I don't have to be reliant on a particular kit, or if a sticker shop made something the way that I want them, or if the Mambi stickers came the way that I needed them. Nope, I can do it just by myself. Now I'm adding my to-do lists and then also obviously adding my last little dinner and meal planning down there on Thursday evening. Now on Friday morning I'm going to add a checklist. Now as you can see I stamped the 5 and I'm cleaning it off. I'm going to dry the stamp, that's all I was doing right there, I wasn't prepping it or anything like that, and adding a couple more check boxes. I know that that's going to be a really busy day and I'm going to have a lot of things to get done, so I needed a little bit more room to write my to-do lists. So now I just want to make sure that you understand that that was not prepping those stamps. Really good high quality photopolymer stamps that are made in the USA, like say Sweet Stamp Shop for example, they don't need any prepping, priming, tricks, anything like that. They're ready to use right out of the package. I was simply drying off the wetness from the baby wipe. Okay, so now my basic planning is done. You can see that it's open, it's clear, there's lots of room for adding some decoration, but yet it's still totally functional. I'm going to be able to write my to-dos, I've got my activities, and I still have room for additional things that might pop up during the week. Now I'm going to pull out some stamp sets from Sweet Stamp Shop. So there's Let's Flamingo, how cute is that, right? The palm tree, this beach face, so cute. Oh my gosh, just so many super cute sets. Now the first thing I want to do is use this beach umbrella, and I'm going to stamp it right there in the Monday spot. Now I'm not going to lie, it's one of my favorite stamps ever. I use it all the time. I don't know what it is, it's just super adorable. And then that little bow at the top just certainly doesn't hurt. I'm sorry, it absolutely helps. And I'm going to stamp a couple of little seashells underneath. It's like it's the sand at the beach. It's so fun. Now I'm kind of looking at it, and I'm not going to lie, I kind of hate it. It didn't really work out. I'm going to stamp the palm trees. Yeah, the whole thing just didn't really fit my vision at all. I kind of had something different in mind. So while I'm stamping and while I'm getting all these pieces down, I'm sort of thinking about how I hate it. See my head there? I'm adding the little mermaid over on the right-hand side. So this is already sort of taking on a different direction than I had imagined before. I had pre-planned in my brain. But that's okay. It's just still working, still working. I'm going to add some waves right here in between the mermaid and the palm trees. Now again, I'm just removing the ink and then drying off the wet section. It wasn't that I was prepping it or priming it. It's just that it was wet from where the baby wipes had been used, and so I was just getting that wetness off with my hand. No big deal. So now I've added some waves, and now I am going to use the cute little words because, quite frankly, a cute font and a really fun phrase, it just makes me smile, and that makes me more productive. I know that probably sounds really silly, but for me, if my pages look good, I feel like referring back to my planner. Okay, so I kind of don't love it. Yeah, I said it. So I'm going to find a sticker that I can cover that Monday afternoon box. I know, crazy, right? Okay, so I've covered it up. It's totally crooked. So now I need to pull it up and re-put it down. I know, I feel the same way. It's blasphemy, but I hated it and I could never live with myself if I left it that way. So I decided to just, you know what? Let's work with it. Cover it up. So now it's covered up. I just have the palm trees and I'm going to add some waves. How fun, right? Okay, so now looking at it, yeah, that's much better. So it's a perfect example, though, of how maybe it didn't turn out the way that you had envisioned, because this is definitely not what I was thinking, but it's okay. I actually really like it now that I added that sticker, of course. So I'm just going to add some more waves, and I'm just continuing to do the same thing. If you see me rubbing the stamp on my hand, it's simply to dry it. It's not to prep it or prime it or anything like that. And just continuing to add waves that work for what I need them to do. So now look at that. Okay, super cute. Am I right? No, we're not finished. Don't worry. What I want to do now is I want to color with my dual brush pens. Yep, I sprung for the 96 pack. I couldn't even help myself. I've just been dreaming about them for 6 or 7 months, and I knew I had to have them. So finally, I just bit the bullet and I did it. So I'm going to color in the green from the palm trees, and I wanted to make sure that there wasn't any bleeding on the back. Then I'm going to add a little bit of the darker bits just to add a little bit more dimension to the palm trees. But I'm not even finished yet. That's the most awesome part. So now I'm going to color the trunks of the trees and the little coconuts, and they're so cute. And actually, I'm loving this brown for this palm tree. It can be hard to find the perfect color. I think I found it. Of course, I'll forget and won't be able to remember which one it was, but you know. Okay, so anyway, I've got the little bit of shading. I'm really very thrilled with the way that all turned out. And so now what I'm also going to do is I'm going to take the turquoise and I'm going to add a little bit extra interest to the waves. I'm not going to color both waves though. I'm just going to color one on each time because then it's just a little pop of color. It's not overdone. Now in the stuff to do, I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to color in the word stuff. So using the color palette, which you just saw right there for the week, I'm coloring in the stuff to do. So awesome, right? So now I'm just going to add that little pop of blue on the waves, and I'm alternating if it's the top wave or the bottom wave, but I'm not doing both waves because then it'll just be too much. You just need a little bit of something to give it some fun. Remember, less is always more, and then you can always add more. So if you decide, that's not quite finished, you can always add more, but you can't take it away. Now I'm using a more pastel version on the mermaid just because I don't want her to be overdone and too bold and too bright. So I'm using the pastel versions and then I'm adding the little bit of shadow and the little bit of interest with the darker color. So then I can blend it all together and she becomes this really cute matching or coordinating little piece, but she's not overdone and like super in your face. I actually am really, really in love with the way that it turned out and super excited about this technique and the coloring in my planner, to be perfectly honest with you. The coloring was super fun and I really liked it a lot, and so I am excited to be able to use this technique in the future. Now I'm just adding the little darker, little teeny tiny little pops right there on the tree as well. And then I decided, hey, what if I took an even lighter color and I blended those colors together? Yep. So we have the medium green, the dark green, and then I'm taking the really light green and blending it all together. And it looks amazing. And look at that, no bleed through. I could not be more thrilled. I'm super excited about what this entails for the future. And I'm really looking forward to being able to add more things like this in the future in my planner. So stay tuned. There will for sure be more Tombow dual brush coloring in my Happy Planner because I kind of love it. Such as shading and adding the interest and blending those colors together and being super excited about the palm trees. I'm not going to lie to you. They turned out awesome. Now I just want to color a few last things like this little flag, and that's it for me. Thank you so much, guys, for stopping by and watching my video. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments or videos you'd like to see, leave them in the comment box below. I will do my very best to get back to you. Thank you so much, and make it a great day.